the arm is such an important part of sculpting the confluence of the arm, the back leg, and the crest rail, or if you will, backrest. They all come together. So I thought I would back up a little bit and show you how to cut out this arm. I've already cut out the top profile. I use the pattern that is provided. And then I use the pattern that's provided for the side profile to draw this off. One of the main things is to make sure that you've covered the pedestal here, where the pedestal joint between the back leg and the arm. And then let it rest flat right there when you're putting the pattern on. That's very important. And then before you start making the rest of the cuts, I use a 1/2 inch blade. I like the way it cuts. It cuts smoother. It cuts longer curves, much, much smoother without problems. So what happens is it won't make a radius like this. So I use a bunch of little relief cuts so I can make these cuts in segments, and the more open cuts are even easy with a 1/2 inch blade. So I'm going to do that first, cut the bottom, cut the top, and then we'll see what we have. Have the side profile cut out, and now we need to apply some lines and start the process of sculpting the arm. Now we can see the unsculpted side. We've got the arm coming into the leg, and then the crest rail or backrest right here. Now, I want to show you one that I've been working on. And here we have the arm is all shaped. This line comes in to the back leg and then comes up under the crest rail. And I have roughly shaped this whole corner. Everything comes together. This is probably the hardest part of sculpting this project, harder than the seat or any other part of it, where they all come together. It needs to flow. And as you see right here, there really is no flow to this. It's all kind of chunky, one thing coming into the other. But if you follow these steps that I'm going to give you and show you how to do it, and when you do, you'll be very, very proud of your settee. All right, this line is very important because it's going to transition into the back leg, and if you can see this right here, we're going to keep a soft line moving all the way around this corner, all the way down to here. And then there's what you call a chamfer underneath here. So right there, there's the chamfer, and it's a flat that comes from the under part of this arm and continues all the way around there. That's a great detail, and it adds a lot of movement, and most importantly, the lines keep moving. You don't want a line just to play out and wonder, well, what happened to it? And so this chamfer is very unique in how you pick up this transition from one piece to the other. We want this line to move from the front of the arm all the way along the inside of the arm, and it comes actually all the way to the back. So I'm going to turn the settee around and let you see where it's going. This line here that's coming on the inside of the arm, and it comes all the way around. And notice the relief right here. This is kind of a relief that you make in the leg, and as it moves on up, it kind of makes a rosette at the top, a little bit of a swirl, and comes down. So that is what we're trying to do. Now, the crest rail itself, if we look from above and look down at it, you'll see something that you need to know. The crest rail itself sweeps toward the front of the leg here. And so if you have any extra material, kind of leave this chunky at the edge so that you can blend it in to that leg, because it needs to sweep right there and move on out to the front. See, all these lines come together right here. That's why this part is so important. One of the keys to getting this flow of this arm right is to offset it a little bit to the outside of the arm stem here. That way you've got some room here to make that little radius and start heading out toward the arm. And right here you've got some extra that you can blend back into that back leg. So putting it in position correctly is very important. So I started helping myself by leaving this little offset when I connected the arm. All right, there's some extra material up here, and I wanted to mark out the top of the stem on the back leg. And so that's what I did here. And the main idea is to leave a little extra material, because you've got to work that radius down until it just flows from the back leg into the arm. So right now, we're just going to cut this off. Now I'm going to attach the arm just like it was a low back arm. No difference there, so be sure to watch the low back video and you'll see how to do that. And then we'll get into shaping this beautiful arm. Now we want to draw some lines. So we're going to start here kind of at a midpoint. Come back this way. And once we get our spacing, we can continue this all the way toward the front. It's good that I can sculpt better than I can draw, but I want to work in that general direction and do the same thing on the other side. So let me get my spacing right again. Okay. It always helps if you stick your tongue out while you're doing this. I also want to know where I am as far as the middle on top. That'll help me. I want to round this over on top. So that gives me something to round from right there. And on the bottom, now I am ready to take the grinder and start making some flats, rounding this over and making this nice little 45-degree angle on the outside and the inside of the arm. I'll show you how to do it. Now you're going to see me shape the bottom of the back leg. You also can use the same technique on the lower part of the front leg too. You're just going to gently round over every part of this leg. And you'll know when to stop when it looks right. I use a spoke shave and the grinder, and really just any way that you can do it to get it to, of course, smile at you. Then Now, don't forget to carve that beautiful sweep on the inside of the arm that moves all the way around to the backrest, the area we were just working on before, and up to that rosette. I like to use a grinder, a flex shaft grinder, and all kind of grinding burrs with 1/4-inch shanks. Try it. I think you'll like that. You've watched me work and you've watched me shape this joint. It's a very important joint to shape, and there's still a lot to be done. But just remember the basics. Carve the arm first, attach the arm, work on the legs separately, mark the point where the arm has this line that is kind of a continuous curve up under here. Mark that, and you might measure up from the seat to here on the other side. That's a real important thing, because now you can measure from here to that same point there. And if you do that, then you'll have them pretty much reconciled. Smooth the arm out, get rid of this hump right here, and then you still got a lot of shaping, and then a lot of sanding to finish it up. Don't forget this nice little chamfer detail that's right here. That's very important. And just work one thing out at a time and then reconcile it to the other side. And then back here in the back, you've got the little rosette, and then you've got this little offset here that's on the leg. Work all those things together and then just start sanding. Sanding takes a lot of time. It is going to make a lot of dust, folks, but it's well worth it when you look at what you're going to have when you're finished. Go all the way through the sanding schedule. You want to go 80 grit, you want to go 100, 120, go all the way to 400 or 600, and then your 3 pads, your Scotch-Brite pads, the red, the gray, and the white. By the time you get through with the white, you'll have a surface that will be burnished to a point that it'll almost look like it has finish on it already. This is a master's piece.